Hi guys! If you've seen just about anything that I've made, you know I love this furry little face. So today I'm going to make an entire Traveler's Notebook insert about Lily. I've just made my own insert just with some white paper, and I've just literally folded it in half, stitched it with my sewing machine and trimmed it to size. And I'm going to use the gorgeous October Project Life kit from Citrus Twist Kits to put together this entire insert. So I've gone through some of the 6x6 papers and picked out the ones that I think I might use, and I'm going to start this whole insert. I'm going to work through the whole insert in one go rather than page by page. So I'm literally just picking out some papers that might go on this particular spread, and I'm just going to roughly glue them down. And then trim them out. So I'm not trimming anything first, I'm just sticking them down, 2 different papers, 1 on each side. And then rather than completing the spread, I'm just going to move on to the next page. So I'm going to do this whole insert in stages. So my first stage is, like I say, putting all these background papers down. So this one here I'm thinking slightly more neutral, I guess, rather than coloured. So I'm going to use this navy blue paper, and I'm doing the same thing, just gluing the page, the 6x6 paper onto the page, trimming it off, and then I'm going to add one on top this time rather than on the other side. Now I did start this insert by doing a rough little sketch for each page, just to make sure that I knew what I was going to do just a little bit before I started. So I did do a little sketch just to see where I might put each of these papers. So again, I've skipped a page here, and then I'm just going to stick this one down at the top this time rather than the bottom. The page I skipped is because I'm going to do a whole pile of strips of all these offcuts, because I am going to have a lot of offcuts after I finish gluing all these papers down. So often when I'm working on an insert like this, I am only putting papers on one side of the page rather than both, so I'm going to have a lot of little leftovers. And this one here, I'm not filling up the whole page with paper, I'm just going to add a couple of strips to the top. So there are a lot of ways to use these 6x6 papers in a traveler's notebook, despite the fact that they don't actually cover the whole page. It's really easy to use them to make a base for your layout. So now I've just got this one last spread to fill up in the middle of the book. So as well as the strips that I've used today, I've also got a few from some of the Project Life pages that I've been doing with this kit. So this is a great chance to just use up all those little leftovers. So I'm literally just cutting them down in random sizes and then just gluing them onto the page. And you can see I didn't really have any, I didn't plan this out, I'm just sticking them down as they go. But because the papers in the kit are all from one collection, they do all work really nicely together, so you don't have to worry too much about whether they match or what order you put them in. And I did need to cut just a couple of extra ones for the bottom here. The ones that I had cut didn't fill up the whole page. But I'm not repeating any of the patterns, I'm just using just one of each one. And then I can trim those all down the side. And that is my entire insert. It has all of its background papers. So my next step is I'm going to work out, I've got all of these photos, and I'm going to work out which photo is going to go on which spread. I only had one large photo, so I knew that that was going to go on this one, and I did just need to trim that where it goes over the spine, because photos don't tend to fold very well on these inserts. And I've already run out of glue runner, so I had to grab another one. And then I'm just choosing which photo is going to go where. Some of them work really nicely, and I do have more photos than I have pages in this, so it was just I wanted to wait and see what the backgrounds were like before I decided which photo was going to go where. And the other photo that I've got left over, I will always use that later on. So I think the trick when doing an insert like this all in one go is to not agonize too much over the decisions. I'm just going by instinct, I guess, like just sticking things down without second guessing them too much. Otherwise, I would be here forever. Now, as you can see, I have sped this video up considerably, but even in real time, I think the whole lot probably only took me a couple of hours, so I don't think that's too bad to have a finished insert / mini book. Yeah, and this was where I decided, yeah, definitely going to go with the black and white photo just because this page is quite neutral. And to add a little bit of colour into it, I am going to fussy cut out some of these hexagons, so I won't make you watch the whole thing because it did take a little bit of time, but I am just picking out certain colours of the hexagons, so pinks and teals, and I think I've got a red one there, but I don't end up using it. So I cut some out in like little groupings of 3, but I think in the end I end up cutting them all out so that I can place them where I want to. So I'm just going to add them on like a diagonal, so from the bottom left hand corner going up towards the top right hand corner, just scattered across the page just to give a little bit of direction to the eye. And you can see I'm adding some behind my photo, and I did add one just on top of it too, just so it looked a little bit more random. And now I'm going to start adding some onto the left hand side of the spread. And that's when I decided I wouldn't use that red one, I would just keep those sort of 3 colours. I've got the pinks and the peach, the teal, and just the one white one. And I'm just going to trim off any that are hanging off the page. And that's that page basically done. So everything's all stuck down, and now I can start working on the embellishing. So I'm going through the die cut pack, just gonna see which ones might go with which pages. This one, there was a little frame in it, and I love that it sort of, it fit that photo perfectly. So I'm gonna add that, even though it covers up a couple of the other photos. And I'm using a blue happy and a blue heart just to tie those colours from the striped paper and this. So like I say, I'm not finishing each page, I'm working on the whole book as a whole, so I'm going to go through each page and add these die cut embellishments first and then go back and finish them off. This one, I love the hello, it's so simple, and I'm just adding a little black flag onto the other side to tie in the black of the hello, just because otherwise it looked a bit harsh just sitting there on its own. There isn't really any other black on the page. And this one I add a little heart, but you'll see later on that doesn't end up staying there. I wasn't quite sure what to do with this page either. So I'm just playing around, and I end up going back to work on that one last. So then I'm going through again through the book, adding in stickers. I love these little phrase stickers, this one works really nicely. And then I wondered about the puffy stickers, but none really fit, so my next stage was like to look at these little photo corners. I really love the photo corners. I think they're in the Sprinkles kit this month, and I just love them, especially these gold ones. So I'm adding 2 on there. And just to tie those in, I'm going to add 2 on this page as well. These are sort of a pink glitter, which are even prettier. And again, I'm wondering about little stickers. So as you can see, I'm just working back and forward through each page. As I find different embellishments or different stickers, I head back to the page that I think they work on. I grabbed these white stickers. They're very, very old Kelly Perky stickers out of my stash, and I thought I might use them. You can see I've got some other ones there that I thought might work with the colours in the kit. So I'm going to start adding some titles, and I went to use the letters from the actual kit, the blue little square ones, and it just didn't really work with the letters I'd already placed down, so I carried on using these white ones. It did take me quite a long time, but I just loved the white with the simpleness of that page. And of course I added that this is how I roll die cut, because this page is about Lily and her little, what we call giggle ball. It's just a ball that she pushes around the room for most of the day. So this one I am going to use these little blue stickers just to spell out the word girl, so it makes my title complete. It says hello sweet girl. And again, I'm going to add some of these enamel stickers. These little hearts are so pretty. And this one here, again, I'm using these very old alpha stickers. But what I decided was I was going to add the blue stickers first. I wondered about maybe stamping my title, but I just wanted to work out how I could fit it all across one row, and these little stickers ended up being perfect to fit across. So I'm just spelling that out, give me a donut. And then going to use these pink stickers to spell out please. Then that ties all the pink together as well. And I really loved that wee moment die cut flag thing, so I'm definitely going to add that, and then one of the stickers on top. And just to tie that blue of the sticker in, I'm adding one more. And then back to this page that I didn't know what I was going to do with it. So this one does take me a little bit of time to work out what I'm going to do. I love that wee beauty flag, and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to use it. So I'm just messing around with a whole bunch of die cuts until I work out that I can probably use some of the die cuts to spell out a title, or to like put together a title. I love that ampersand one, and so I'm going to use a combination of the blue phrase stickers, the little blue alpha stickers, and some of the die cuts to create a title. So I'm also seeing whether there's words from the stamp set to help, but I only end up using one. So it says, you are the beauty, and I think I put and happy in my life. So I do need to cut down one of the stickers just to get the word happy. And just a few more alphas, and then I'm going to use one of the label stickers to put that down before I stamp the word life on there. And when I stamp the word life, it is just a partial stamp of one of the phrases on the stamp set, so I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just very carefully inking up just the word life. And then again, to tie that black in from that black ampersand one, I'm going to add another one of those black flags at the top, and just a label again to tie in the labels. So just adding those few other little bits in the top right hand corner just ties it all together, and also add a couple of these enamel hearts just to tie the two sides of the page together. So here's a look at my finished notebook. I added a few more of those scrap bits of paper to the front cover, and then a few letter stickers and some die cuts to make a wee title page. And then inside, all I've really added is journaling to each page, and sometimes a couple of extra stickers. So this page got a few more enamel hearts just in a diagonal to tie the two pages together. Same for this page, all I added was my journaling. I did add it in a light grey pen so it didn't take up too much visual space. On this page I added a few little drawn splatters with my gel pen. Essie does that a lot and I love the look of it, so I gave that a try. And just some journaling. On this page here you can see I did pull off that little heart that I had up there, and I fussy cut out some of the flowers just to tie that floral paper into it a bit more. And this page, literally, I just added a little few lines of journaling under there. So that is how I put together an entire Traveler's Notebook insert using the October Citrus Twist Kits, Pocket Life and Sprinkles kits, which just made it so easy to coordinate the whole insert. I had so much fun, and like I said, I think it only took me like a couple of hours, and in the end I've got this really beautiful little mini book / Traveler's Notebook insert with all my favourite photos of Lil on it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, it means a lot to me. If you want to keep watching, there's a couple more videos on screen. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!